Thanks for tuning in. I'm Vanya Aline, and you're watching Cox Connections only on Cox 9. The Harrison Museum of African American Culture strives to cultivate awareness and appreciation of the significant contributions of people of African descent. The institution accomplishes through collaboration with community organizations, oral history projects, exhibits, lecture, and its annual Henry Street Heritage Festival. Joining me from the Harrison Museum of African American Culture are Charles Price and Stedman Payne. Gentlemen, thanks for being with me today.
Thank you for having us.
So why don't we start with you telling us about the Harrison Museum? When did it open? Who's the museum named after?
It opened in 1985. As far as the name, it deals with the street that it was on. There was a teacher who was involved with the Harrison Museum, and she, along with the community organization and TAP, put together a program to save the Harrison Museum, Harrison School, and also created the Harrison Museum.
Terrific. In the opening, I mentioned the Oral History Project. Share with us the details behind that project.
That's interesting. The Oral History is a project that is being pushed by volunteers. It's something we realized when we open up, how much history was slipping through the cracks, so to speak, because in the African American community, majority of the history is told by one person to the next person, or aunt to the next person, or there may be someone in the family. And when that individual passes, generally the intent of history continuing through sort of slips through the cracks. And we found out that we needed to do something better than what had been done for ourselves. Although it's, the local library does something, we're now developing an oral history program where we'll be inclusive, working with the library, and volunteers will be handling the interviewees, and also help with the transcribing of the information.
And what I also found out, which is it's an excellent way to preserve that history, not only what's coming from the past, but moving forward. We're excited that allows us to have that history from generation to generation to come.
Terrific. And so when do you think the project will be completed?
It won't be completed. The hope is that it won't be completed.
Okay.
And meaning that it will be a continuation of history from the oldest person we could find to maybe someone in their 20s who may have done something fantastic. And as it continues, and hopefully we'll have enough individuals who want to participate to do that.
Great. So I've heard about this exciting exhibit that you're working on, the Tobacco People. Can you share with us some more details about that exhibit?
Yes, that's a project that we will be in collaboration with the other museums and in the Senator Square as well as the Todman. That's the intent. We're looking forward, from our perspective, to talk about the Tobacco People as it related to African Americans, both here in this region. The first ones involved with it from the slavery, dealing with the Jamestown settlement, as well as how it has affected the Africans that are in Africa, and the transition of those individuals from slavery to Brazil and to the Caribbean. So we'll be presenting all of that with the ultimate goal to show how from that past to the present some impact has been made, and how individuals are utilizing tobacco today to improve upon that.
Terrific. And so next, I've also heard about the Artists and Musicians Lecture Series that you're working on.
Yes.
Can you share some details about that?
That's something that we started out to try to work on collaborations with the local universities and colleges around here. Specifically, we're working with Virginia Western, Hollins University, and Roanoke College. And the intent is to showcase the work of students that are in art and music, as well as some of the students who may even want to participate in the lecture series, but also allow professors to participate with us and to have them as part of the community, opposed to not on a regular basis being a part of the Harrison Museum. We're looking for development. We've just completed the 4th of 5 series coming up. And we're looking forward to going into next year deciding on how many series we'll have in the upcoming year.
Great. So there's a lot of great projects and initiatives that the Harrison Museum is currently undertaking. In our last about minute or so, what is the key takeaway or key information you want to make sure that our viewers know about the Harrison Museum?
That it's a museum that wishes to explore all avenues that would allow us to present African American culture, African American history, not only here in Roanoke, but in the region, to collaborate with other institutions, historically black institutions, to be able to present information that is not always readily available about what happened here in the Roanoke area as it relates to African Americans, and what is happening outside of the Roanoke area relative to national, international information that would be informative to individuals within this community.
And I think it's very important to know that with the collaboration with our community, it's important to understand that there is an awareness and that we want to make an awareness that it is important that they know that it's here in the Roanoke Valley.
Terrific. Gentlemen, thank you both for being here and sharing with us the great information about the Harrison Museum of African American Culture here in Roanoke.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
To learn about the Harrison Museum of African American Culture, visit harrisonmuseum.com or contact them using the information on your screen. Before you go, I want to personally thank you for choosing Cox Communications for your entertainment, information, and communication needs. We know you could have chosen another provider, but because you chose us, we promise to provide you with quality products backed up by a talented local team of professionals. I'm Vanya Aline, and we'll see you next time on Cox Connections.